For the longest time, the internet felt like this giant, well-organized public library.
Right. It was totally predictable.
Yeah, like if you wanted a specific book, you'd walk in, go straight to the card catalog, type in your exact keyword, and it would give you a precise location.
Exactly.
You'd walk down the aisle, look at the shelf, and boom, there's your answer. 10 blue links lined up perfectly in a row. It was comfortable. I mean, it made sense.
It really did. As a business owner or a creator,
Yeah.
if you could just crack the code of that card catalog, you were guaranteed to get the foot traffic.
Yeah.
You were essentially renting prime real estate right in the middle of the library.
But imagine you walk into that exact same library right now, and the card catalog is just completely gone. Vanished.
Just ripped out of the building.
Right? Instead, there is this highly intelligent, maybe slightly intimidating librarian standing right at the front door. You ask for a book on running shoes, and instead of pointing you down an aisle, they just start summarizing 5 different books for you.
Pulling out photographs from a magazine, reading you the best chapters right there on the spot.
Exactly. And the actual books, the websites you spent years building, they're just hidden in the back room.
Yeah, the entire architecture of how human beings find information has been fundamentally inverted.
It's wild.
We are no longer navigating, we are just asking and receiving.
And that is exactly what we are getting into. Welcome to this deep dive. If you are joining us, you are the learner, and we have a very specific mission.
A really crucial one.
Definitely. We are looking at a massive stack of leaked industry briefings and internal SEO data from late July 2026. And it paints a terrifying, but also incredibly exciting picture of where we are.
Oh, absolutely.
Whether you are running a small local business, managing a massive e-commerce empire, or you're just trying to understand where the internet is going, you need this, because the old rules of ranking #1, well, they're dead.
They are completely gone. It really is a survival guide for the modern web.
Yeah.
And what's remarkable about this stack of documents is that it chronicles an escalating series of industry shifts over just 7 days. The pace of change outlined here is staggering.
Okay, let's unpack this. We need to track how this escalated, starting on Saturday, July 18th. This is where the foundation of the new AI search landscape is really laid out in the data.
The numbers on that first day are just wild.
They really are. According to the briefing, Google AI overviews are triggering on 79% of informational queries.
Wow.
Yeah, 79%. Because of that, organic click-through rates on those old top-ranking blue links are down 30 to 40% in some verticals.
Think about what that means for a business that relies on web traffic. I mean, it is a massive bleed.
Just losing a third of your audience overnight.
Exactly. The user's getting their answer directly from that librarian at the front door without ever clicking a link to visit the actual author.
Which brings us to this huge paradigm shift called GEO, or Generative Engine Optimization. The big technical takeaway from Saturday, July 18 is the rapid emergence of the llms.txt file.
Right, this is huge.
The briefings note this is adopted by 15 to 20% of major websites. The way I understand this, and correct me if my analogy is off here, it's like in the past we had the robots.txt file, which was basically a keep out sign for web crawlers.
Right, telling them what to ignore.
Exactly. But this new llms.txt file is like a VIP menu, specifically handed to an AI bouncer. It tells the AI exactly what the most important, verified, juicy content on the site is.
That is a perfect analogy, actually. You are actively guiding the large language model.
Raising your hand, basically.
Yeah, raising your hand and saying, look, here is our official stance, our verified data, presented cleanly just for you.
Which you have to do now.
You absolutely have to do this because, as the briefing points out, Google isn't the only game in town anymore.
Right.
Multi-engine SEO is now the baseline standard.
Yeah.
You have to care just as much about ChatGPT, Perplexity, Claude, and Gemini as you do about traditional Google search.
And they all have totally different personalities, right? You can't just feed them all the exact same meal and expect them to be happy.
Precisely. What's fascinating here is how distinct their citation behaviors are across these platforms.
Like, how so?
Well, if you want traffic from Perplexity, your content needs to be highly recent and authoritative. Perplexity acts more like a real-time academic research engine.
Okay, got it.
Claude, on the other hand, is trained to prioritize nuance, deep reasoning, and long-form content.
Oh, that makes sense.
And then Gemini rewards highly structured, entity-rich data. It wants things neatly organized in tables and bullet points.
What about ChatGPT?
ChatGPT leans heavily into conversational depth and EEAT signals, which stands for expertise, experience, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness.
Which makes total sense why we are seeing tools like Nightwatch becoming the top AI native rank tracker. You can't just look at one Google dashboard anymore.
No, not at all.
But honestly, looking at all these different AI bots, all these different formats and preferences, how is a human marketing team supposed to actually keep up with this?
Right, it feels overwhelming.
Like, you'd need 50 people just to optimize for the different AIs.
It sounds impossible if you're trying to do it manually, but that leads us directly into the developments from Sunday, July 19.
Ah, right.
Because the answer to your question is, well, human teams aren't doing the manual labor anymore.
Right. Sunday, July 19 is all about the shift from passive AI to active AI, specifically the rise of agentic SEO and trust metrics.
This is where things get slightly sci-fi.
Seriously.
Yeah.
We see Google expanding its AI overviews with live news carousels and AI images,
Yeah.
and they are testing this AI mode with app integrations.
Right.
So the AI isn't just answering a question, it's doing things, like sending a design task straight to Canva.
Exactly.
But the real mind-bender for me is agentic SEO. Tools like Lizard and Nomos AI are autonomously handling keyword research, content optimization, and even running technical site audits.
Completely hands-off.
Yeah. Gartner dropped a warning in this briefing that 70% of all SEO tasks could be entirely automated by 2028.
It is a profound shift. We are moving from human-executed marketing tasks to AI-managed workflows. The AI agents are doing all the heavy lifting on the back end. They're analyzing the search landscape, writing the llms.txt files, and structuring the data.
But wait, I have to ask the obvious question here. If we have AI agents doing the optimizing on our end, and AI engines doing the reading and summarizing on the user's end, aren't we just watching machines talk to machines?
Yeah, that is the big fear.
I mean, where are the actual human beings in this equation?
That is the existential question of 2026 SEO, isn't it? But the answer lies in another massive trend highlighted in the Sunday, July 19 data, which is the explosion of a tool called EEATClean.
Oh, right, EEE.
Exactly. When machines are endlessly talking to machines, the search engine desperately needs an anchor to human reality.
It needs a pulse.
It needs to know that a real human expert actually stands behind the information, especially for what we call YMYL sites, your money or your life topics.
Like medical advice or personal finance.
Right.
Because if an AI hallucinates a bad running shoe recommendation, you get a blister. If it hallucinates medical advice, it's a literal disaster.
Exactly. Human trust is the only real currency left. So tools like EEATClean are suddenly critical because they score your factual accuracy, your author's real-world credentials, and the quality of your citations.
That is wild.
The machines might be doing the talking, but they are verifying human trust signals before they speak.
It's incredibly ironic. We are building the most advanced synthetic intelligence in human history, and its biggest bottleneck is figuring out if a real human being is actually in the room.
Right.
So trust is paramount, and AI agents are doing the optimizing. But how do we actually know any of this is working? We can't just use traditional click-through rates anymore if people aren't clicking links.
And that measurement void is exactly what was addressed on Monday, July 20.
Yes, Monday, July 20 is all about the measurement era. Google Search Console finally launched dedicated generative AI performance reports.
Which is a huge relief.
Yeah, we can actually track AI overview impressions now, instead of just guessing if we were featured.
Finally. The industry was essentially flying blind for a year.
But there is a massive paradox buried in this data. A study by Previsible in the Monday, July 20 briefing showed that ChatGPT commands a staggering 92.4% of all standalone AI referral traffic.
It's a huge number.
Huge. And here's where it gets really interesting. 28.8% of those ChatGPT referrals go to internal search results pages on a brand's website rather than the specific product page.
This is a critical failure point for so many brands right now.
I mean, I can imagine an e-commerce manager looking at their analytics, seeing a massive traffic spike from ChatGPT and popping champagne. But I am looking at this 28.8% stat and thinking, this is actually a disaster in disguise.
Well, with a complete mess.
Because what happens? A user asks ChatGPT for a specific red running shoe for high arches. ChatGPT provides the citation link. The user clicks it, expecting to land on the product page.
Right, a smooth experience.
But instead, ChatGPT just dynamically generated a search query string, sending the user to the brand's internal search bar. If that internal site search page is broken, or messy, or says no results found, the user is going to bounce immediately.
You nailed it. It is a total disaster if you aren't prepared. The massive implication of Monday, July 20 is that internal site search is no longer a housekeeping feature.
Not just an afterthought.
Exactly. It is no longer just a little magnifying glass icon in the corner of your website for lost visitors. It is a primary customer acquisition surface.
Wow.
Because large language models often struggle to index the millions of deep linked product pages on a massive e-commerce site, they take a shortcut.
That makes sense, yeah.
They essentially say, I know this brand sells it, so I will just query their search bar for the user. If your internal search engine relies on outdated technology from 2005, you lose the customer instantly.
That is wild. You get the hardest part right, getting cited by the AI, and then you trip over your own shoelaces at the finish line. And the ecosystem is so competitive now. The Semrush AI Visibility Index from that same day analyzed 126 million U.S. prompts and found that only 36 brands rank in the top 100 across all 4 major AI platforms.
It's an exclusive club.
And Claude has officially overtaken Perplexity in visibility. So getting traffic directly to your own pages is messier and harder than ever.
It really is.
Since getting direct traffic is failing, where are these AI platforms actually sending most of their citations?
That takes us right into Tuesday, July 21. And the data here drops a complete bombshell about who gets the credit in this new ecosystem.
It really does. Tuesday, July 21 introduces the maturity of AEO, or Answer Engine Optimization.
Right.
First, the data shows Google AI overviews grew 58% year over year.
A massive jump.
The new mantra is officially be cited by AI, not rank number 1. But here is the stat that blew my mind. 82 to 94% of all AI citations go to earned media, not brand-owned blogs.
That is a staggering realization for any marketing team that spent the last decade pumping out 2,000-word articles on their own company blog, hoping to rank for keywords.
Right. It's like being at a crowded party. In the old SEO world, success was standing in the middle of the room with a megaphone, shouting your own name and hoping people listened.
Exactly, just broadcasting yourself.
But AEO is entirely different. It's about getting all the other authoritative guests at the party to gossip about you.
I love that.
The AI wants to hear what third-party reviewers, independent news outlets, and Reddit forums say about your product, not what your own marketing team says.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, traditional public relations and SEO have fully merged into one single discipline.
They are the exact same thing now.
Yes. You cannot fake consensus anymore. Large language models are trained to look for patterns across multiple independent, high-trust sources.
Right.
If only your domain says you make the best CRM software, the AI completely ignores it as bias. If 20 independent tech blogs and a major newspaper say it, you become the definitive, factual answer.
That is a huge shift in strategy.
It is. And simultaneously, on Tuesday, July 21, we see the rise of back-end optimization through 2 new protocols, the Agentic Commerce Protocol, or ACP, and the Model Context Protocol, MCP.
Okay, let's slow down and translate those acronyms. ACP and MCP. Basically, this is about making sure the AI bots can read your database directly without needing to scrape a visually messy HTML web page, right?
Exactly. Think of a protocol like a universal adapter plug.
Okay.
If an AI agent wants to know if a specific shoe is in stock in a size 10, it doesn't want to load your website's fonts, images, and pop-up ads just to read the text.
That's just a waste of computing power for them.
Right. ACP and MCP are standardized languages that allow the AI to plug directly into your inventory database. So you are feeding the AI your raw data on a silver platter via these protocols, while simultaneously using PR to build the trust signals that make the AI want to cite you in the first place.
Which leads to a really tough realization for a lot of traditional marketers, pulling us into Wednesday, July 22.
Yeah, Wednesday was a wake-up call.
Big time. AI overviews now appear in 89% of all brand search results, and traditional search click-through rates are down 34 to 40% compared to 2024.
The old playbook is officially failing.
Right. And on Wednesday, July 22, an industry expert named Garrett Sussman from iPollRank introduces a philosophy called relevance engineering.
Relevance engineering, it is the perfect terminology for what we have to do now.
So what does this all mean for the listener who spent the last 3 years building a massive Excel spreadsheet of target keywords? Do they just throw it all in the trash?
I completely understand the panic there, but no, you don't throw the concepts in the trash.
Okay, good.
You do, however, have to throw away the rigidity. Relevance engineering means moving beyond static keyword tracking.
So stop obsessing over exact phrases.
Right. You aren't trying to rank for the exact phrase, best running shoes. Instead, you are building an omnichannel content network that covers all the conversational fanouts of that topic.
Wait, conversational fanouts? Explain that like I'm 5. You mean instead of just optimizing for the words best running shoes, I need to answer questions like how long do running shoes last on pavement and what are the best shoes for high arches? So I cover the whole web of conversation.
Exactly. You are treating your content as training data for the LLMs. You aren't trying to match a keyword. You are trying to map an entity.
Wrap an entity, okay.
You want to engineer it so that when an AI model processes the concept of durability or arch support in its neural network, your brand is inextricably linked to those concepts.
Wow, so you become the concept.
Yes. It's less about matching a specific string of text and more about becoming the undisputed authority on the concept itself. Like how people automatically associate the word Band-Aid with bandages.
Yeah, right.
You are engineering relevance within the AI's brain.
That makes so much sense. But to engineer that relevance successfully, you have to look at what Google's AI favors most right now.
Yeah.
And the updates on Thursday, July 23 make this crystal clear.
Yes. Thursday brings a major, highly visible feature update to Google AI overviews.
Yeah. Thursday, July 23 introduces this live news carousel inside the AI overview, prioritizing real-time, well-sourced reporting.
Real-time is the key there.
Interestingly, we also see llm.txt adoption noted here at between 5 and 15% of major sites, which, compared to the 15 to 20% figure from Saturday, just shows how much this space is in rapid flux depending on what tier of the web you are analyzing.
Right. Different segments are moving at different speeds, but everyone is rushing to adopt it.
We also see tools like Trackings.ai, Athena HQ, AirTop, and Ahrefs becoming standard. These tools actually simulate AI personas asking questions to map out your visibility.
Which is brilliant.
Even the old reliable technical crawler, Screaming Frog, is now prioritizing AI accessibility issues. But I have to push back a bit on this Google update.
Okay, lay it on me.
If Google's AI overviews are prioritizing a live news carousel, how on earth is a small business supposed to compete with that? I mean, most brands aren't newsrooms. They sell plumbing supplies or legal consulting.
It is a totally valid concern, but it's important to clarify what Google is actually rewarding here.
Okay.
It's not about forcing your plumbing company to become a breaking newsroom. It is about absolute content freshness and real-time authority in your highly specific niche.
Give me an example. How would that actually work?
Let's say you are a local plumbing supplier. You don't need to report on global events.
Right.
But if a new municipal water regulation is passed in your city on a Tuesday morning, and you immediately update your site's llms.txt file to point AI crawlers to a fresh authoritative guide you just published on how that regulation affects home pipes,
Oh, I see.
the AI will pull you into that real-time carousel for local queries. You become the news in your specific lane.
That makes total sense.
That's why you use tools like Trackings.ai to see if the AI recognized your authority the moment that new topic emerged.
Got it. You don't have to be CNN. You just have to be the most current, reliable source for plumbing in your zip code.
Exactly.
And all of these incremental changes, these database protocols, these new tracking tools throughout the week, they all culminate in a massive paradigm shift announced on Friday, July 24.
The tipping point of the entire briefing.
Exactly. Friday, July 24. Google AI mode, powered by Gemini 3.5 Flash, is now the default worldwide experience for over 1 billion users.
1 billion users. Just think about that scale.
It's unbelievable. The traditional 10 blue links era is officially designated as a secondary legacy interface.
The end of an era.
Furthermore, ChatGPT's referral share dropped to 64% due to all this intense multi-engine competition. We also saw the June 2026 spam update finalize, explicitly penalizing the manipulation of generative AI responses.
Right, they're cracking down hard.
And the core tool stacks for agencies have solidified. You've got Semrush acting as the command center, Surf for SEO maintaining the content standard, Ahrefs for backlinks, Site AI and Sonic for agentic automation, and SEO Image for dual auditing both traditional and AI search.
It is a totally consolidated, matured ecosystem now. The tools have caught up to the reality.
But the biggest piece of Friday, July 24, hands down, is the Universal Commerce Protocol, or UCP. Google launched this to allow direct product purchases right from AI mode.
This is the game changer.
Which makes me wonder, if a user can ask Gemini for a pair of shoes, see my inventory via the Agentic Commerce Protocol we talked about earlier, and then buy my product directly from Google's interface using UCP, what is the point of my website's shopping cart?
This raises an important question, and it is the exact question every e-commerce director is sweating over in 2026.
I bet.
The point of your website's shopping cart is fundamentally changing.
Yeah.
E-commerce SEO is no longer just about driving traffic to your store.
Right.
It is about making your inventory natively transactable within the AI engine itself.
So Google basically becomes the store.
In a way, yes. UCP basically turns Google AI into a decentralized point-of-sale system for your products.
Wow.
You still get the revenue, you still process the fulfillment and ship the box, but the friction is gone.
Because they don't have to navigate to you.
Right. The user doesn't have to click a link, wait for your site to load, navigate your clunky checkout process, and enter their credit card. They just tell the AI, buy it, and it's done.
Wow. And you have to orchestrate all of this while navigating the strict new AI spam penalties.
Exactly.
You can't fake your product reviews or try to trick the LLM with hidden text, or you get wiped out of the ecosystem entirely.
Precisely. It demands a level of technical hygiene, back-end infrastructure, and genuine brand authenticity that we just haven't seen required before.
It is a whole new world. So let's synthesize all of this for you, the listener. Taking everything we've looked at from Saturday, July 18 through Friday, July 24, the entire game of SEO has shifted.
Utterly and completely.
It is no longer about asking, where do I rank on the page? The only question that matters now is, how does AI describe my brand?
Yes, exactly.
You need to be the trusted authority that independent sources cite to win answer engine optimization. You need to implement your llms.txt file today to guide the AI crawlers to your best stuff.
Don't wait on that.
Seriously. You need to ensure your internal site search is flawless so you don't lose that referral traffic, and you need to prepare your back-end data for agents to read natively through protocols like ACP and UCP.
The transition from search engines to answer engines is completely finished. The era of navigating to find information is over.
It really is.
But I want to leave you with one final thought, something that wasn't strictly in these briefings, but is the undeniable logical next step of everything we've discussed.
Okay, let's hear it.
If AI agents eventually handle all of our searching, all of our comparison shopping, and even our purchasing in the background through these new commerce protocols, will the next generation of consumers even need a traditional web browser at all?
Oh, wow.
Or will the website as a visual storefront just become a relic of the past, replaced entirely by invisible data streams talking directly to our personal AI assistants?
That is a wild, slightly terrifying thought to end on. Because if the library's card catalog is gone, and the librarian is just reading you the best parts and buying the book for you pretty soon, you might not even need to walk into the building at all.
Exactly.
Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive. Don't wait on this yet. Go check your internal search and implement your llms.txt file right now. Stay curious, stay adaptable, and we will catch you next time.